Before starting this video, I just want to point out that this is no way a video criticizing the mod author's talent. Instead, it is a review of a mod based on its reputation and what game it is related to. Mediocrity is a hard thing to evaluate. On paper, it's something between good and bad, but in practice, it can sometimes be worse than bad. While a fundamentally bad or broken mod will get a laugh out of you, a mediocre mod will simply drain you of your energy. The Town City is such a mediocre mod. When I saw it had 3000 endorsements, I thought it might be a great mod. However, after finishing, I'm convinced that this same mod wouldn't go past 50 endorsements in this day. In this retrospect, I want to evaluate the presentation, which will both contain the visual and audio review, the level design, as well as the story of the mod. Visually, this mod is reminiscent of Fallout 3's ruins, however, it also has its own atmosphere. The constant rain adds to this atmosphere. The crater area at first has a kind of maze-like layout which I really liked. It had a sense of verticality that helped in combat. However, the further you go through this mod, the more generic the design of the areas become. The actual city isn't too bad, but the more open areas are extremely generic. Most areas lack any interesting visual elements and are simply boring. There's also the problem of places not having any sort of identity. For example, this building was meant to be a headquarter of a cafe company, but it just looked like any generic office building. I still want to end by saying the visuals of this mod are its best part. Audio-wise, it's also bare bones. First of all, there's no voice acting, which is understandable as it is an old mod. But some newly added sounds such as the cloud noises are just looped and extremely annoying to listen to. There are also a lot of bugs here and there, but nothing too serious for the most part. Now for the level design. Similar to the visuals, I thought the level design became worse as the mod went on. To be fair, the only decent area was the crater. The crater had a sense of verticality, so gunfights were more engaging as you were fighting enemies on different levels. The maze-like structure of the crater also meant that you could ambush enemies from any side. After that though, it just became regular Fallout encounters, just some enemies in a pile. Now you might say, what's the problem with that? The problem is, while that type of encounter works on an open world game, this mod is linear, so fights feel very generic and boring. The last encounter somehow tops that by piling in as many enemies as it can in a small area. My only advice to anyone who wants to make a linear map for Fallout New Vegas: do not make encounters similar to the base game. But if you do, then at least create new enemy types with unique features. Like how the Dead Money DLC enemies were so different from other enemies in the game as it was a linear map. And that brings me to the story of this mod, or the lack thereof. The story is this: survivors in Town City, super mutants in Town City, super mutants attack survivors, survival leader wants you to find their men, and then get data from the super mutant terminal, and then it just ends. Yes, the story doesn't even finish. The guy you were sent to search for had a note that mentioned something that was neither a robot nor a human, but that doesn't go anywhere. I was really hyped when I saw this mod, but it just completely got killed as I played through it. In conclusion, this mod doesn't hold up at all. It's extremely boring, generic, and has a few bugs too. And that's where I end this video. This was a different type of video, so I'm sorry if I came across a bit too negative. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these type of retrospective videos. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.